people, which aims to protect and conserve 30% of the world's ecosystems by 2030. I also congratulate India on its upcoming G20 presidency. The G20 accounts for 80% of global greenhouse gas emissions, but it also represents 80% of global GDP. So the G20 combined has the resources, the know-how and the power to end our war against nature and set us on course to more sustainable living. And central to that goal is the urgent need to pivot from economies based on fossil fuel consumption to economies powered by renewable energy. A revolution in which developed countries must invest massively, financially and in technological support to allow emerging economies themselves to also be able to present more ambitious targets. And the world counts on G20 economies to lead the way in progressively ending the use of coal by 2030 in OECD countries and 2040 in non-OECD countries. Developed countries must follow through on their commitments to provide meaningful financial and technological support to countries like India throughout this transition. We need to unleash a renewables revolution, and I look forward to working with India in driving this agenda forward. Dear friends, in 3 weeks, world leaders will meet in Egypt for the next United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP27. COP27 represents a key political opportunity to rebuild trust and accelerate action across all the pillars of the Paris Agreement: adaptation, mitigation, finance and loss and damage. Full implementation of the financial commitments made in Paris, a quantum leap in support to adaptation in developing countries, and measurable progress and serious progress in loss and damage are essential conditions to reestablish trust between developing and developed countries around the world. With its vulnerability to climate impacts and its massive economy, India can play a critical bridging role. We have no time to lose. We are in imminent danger of failing to meet the goal of limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And our global goal has to be net zero emissions by 2050. And to achieve this, we must collectively halve global emissions from 2010 levels by 2030. And as the LIFE initiative highlights, every citizen has a role to play. And that includes everyone, everywhere, using their voice to urge their leaders to take much-needed ambitious climate action.
All right, UN Secretary General speaking there in Gujarat.